Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Primrose. Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you haven't, then hello, welcome to my channel. What we're going to be doing in this video is I just kind of wanted to sit down with you guys and just like have a chat. I feel like I've not had a chat where I'm not just sat down making a video for a very long time, and I kind of feel like I need it, like just for my own mental health, like my own mental sanity. This is just going to be like an informal chat slash video about my diet, body image and weight loss journey. And this isn't really something that I've ever spoke about on my channel, and I really want to start making more food related videos. However, if I don't do this video first, it's going to make completely no sense if I do like what I eat in a day, because you're all going to be like, well, why the hell are you eating like that? I kind of have to just sit down, talk to you guys, be honest, be open, and like I say, I feel like I need this. So it's a little bit of an informal chat, it's fine, hi, hello, we're all chill. I'm trying to calm myself down because I'm an anxious mess. So I just wanted to put a little disclaimer out there that I'm going to be talking about weight loss and body image, and if you are uncomfortable or sensitive to this, then maybe this isn't the video for you. I also wanted to say that all bodies are beautiful, whether you are skinny, curvy, lumps and bumps or whatever, you're all beautiful and you don't need to change for anybody. However, everything that I'm going to be talking about is my own personal opinion and how I feel about myself. Even if I feel like I'm overweight myself, doesn't mean that anyone larger than me should be ashamed. Just rock whoever you are. You are awesome people. Just because I have hang-ups about how I look doesn't mean that should reflect on you. So I have had an eating disorder in the past that I kind of feel like I'm not ready to talk about here on YouTube yet. So that was the past. That was a bad relationship with food. I think most of us have experienced a bad relationship with food, whether that's eating to feel better about a situation or not eating at all, maybe eating just rubbish food and not food that's nourishing our bodies. So let's all be nice to each other about this. So I did like this little timeline of my relationship with food, and I feel like if you are struggling with your relationship with food, you should do this as well, because it really helped me to understand what was happening in my life and contributing to the way I see food and the way that my relationship was with food and why. And it was like, oh my god, well this happens and then I either go back to food or I don't. So post eating disorder, I got into an abusive relationship, again something else that I don't want to talk about here on YouTube just yet, which led to a lot of low self-esteem, low body image. It was a very hard time, and a time where I was feeling pretty worthless. So that was, yeah, extremely negative. And then as soon as I broke out of that relationship, I started to feel good about myself again. I felt a lot more comfortable, I felt more confident, and then I met Blake. So we did a lot of really nice things together. We have a really happy relationship where we just like doing really nice things together. So going out for meals, having takeaways, going out drinking, and then having a takeaway the next day after. And it was like, it was really enjoying our time together and not too focused on the consequences of how we was living, and it was just enjoying life and enjoying like a full life. And then because of this lifestyle and kind of not like a negative relationship with food, I was just actually enjoying life and food for the first time in a very long time. I did put on weight, and when I noticed this, I started back at the gym because I'd left the gym. I carried on with that. I started going more often and I started to get into a healthy routine. I started running and doing walks, and okay, don't get me wrong, I didn't do enough, okay? The weight gain was still coming, but I was doing some, so it was producing that happy hormone, you know. I was in a really good mental health space, and putting on the weight didn't really bother me because I was just happy, and I was really happy in a relationship. So I was happy being curvier, and Blake was completely happy with me being like that. He is so lovely. He always has been about my weight. Sometimes happiness and feeling comfortable in your own skin can sometimes mean being more curvy. It doesn't have to mean that you're starving yourself. Sometimes being free and having a full life can mean being curvy, and that is just how it is, and you are completely happy like that. And then post this, I went through a really bad time at work, and basically it changed hands. So it went from a private practice, because I used to work in a veterinary clinic, and it went to a chain brand, and they put us in a situation, all the remaining staff, where we were being very bullied at work. We hated going in every day. They would lie to us, they would treat us like crap. It was so negative, and they lied to me on multiple occasions, and every time that I would go and work they'd implement changes, and then you'd relay that to the clients, and then the clients would get angry or upset at you. And it's like, I don't want to be afraid to go into work every day. I don't want to have to worry about, oh my god, who's going to shout at me, because I'm a very sensitive person. I'm an empath, and I really struggle with being shouted at in an environment like that. It just makes me so emotional, and anyone that's been watching my videos for a long time, you'll probably know that I'm so soft. I cry at everything, and anyone would think I'm a cancer, the amount that I cry. But I do, I get so hurt by things. It like hits me straight in the heart, and I can't handle the thought of people coming in and being so angry and taking it out on me when I'm just trying. Like, I loved my job, I used to love working there, and they just destroyed all of that for me. So that job really led to me suffering with a lot of anxiety, depression and stress, because I was so afraid to go and work every time that I had a shift. So I got out, I quit my job, I could not do it anymore. I just had to leave. I had no other job on the horizon. Me and Blake were planning to go travelling the next year, so obviously we had money stresses, because if I didn't have a job, how was I going to earn enough money to go travelling? It got to the point where I had to leave for my own mental health. So I come out of my job. I was dealing with a lot of like stress and depression still, and I had no like get up and go because I was feeling depressed and anxious, and I just quit my job, so I had no money, so I had nothing to get me up every day. So again, I began to put on a lot more weight. Then I think 3 months after, I started a new job. Yay! I started my job at a university, and that was good from the start. I really enjoyed being there, and as part of the job you was doing a lot of walking around on your feet for a long time. I often did like 10,000 steps in half a day, and it was really good to just be in an environment where I was walking a lot, I was communicating with people, and that did contribute to me losing a little bit of weight. Around the same sort of time, I started seeing the dermatologist about my skin. So if you haven't seen my videos already, I have psoriasis, and I went on light therapy. This was around the same time I started that job. So twice a week I had to walk from my job at the university to a hospital, which was quite close. I had to take this in my lunch break, so sometimes it made it really tight, and sometimes I didn't even get my lunch because I had to go to the hospital, get light therapy. If they were running late, then it would make me run late, and then I'd be stressed. And to get light therapy, I had quite a negative experience with that as well. So it got to the point where it made me incredibly sore and feel sunburn, especially around like my bra and my pants line, which was horrible because I didn't obviously want to wear bra and pants, because it would really rub and make the area so sore, like actually blister. But for my job at the university, I had to change into scrubs, and we had a communal dressing room, so I had to wear bra and pants. I couldn't just skip those. So it was very difficult, and soon became too much. There was a lot of stress that come with that job that was not mentioned in the interview. Okay, so I'll just tell you because it's going to make it a lot easier. So I worked at a university under their biomedical services, which means I would care for their animals that they would use in animal testing for diseases and neurological diseases, which I'm very science-based, so I understand what they're used for. I understand that it's necessary in terms of getting cures for things, and if I was looking after them, I could ensure they would have a fantastic quality of life. However, it got to the point where they wanted me to learn how to cull the animals that were no longer needed. And if you don't know what culling is, it's basically killing humanely to reduce numbers, and I refused. I could not do it. I was not going to kill an animal. I don't ever want to say on my conscience that I have killed an animal. It goes completely against what I believe as a Wiccan. I will not harm an animal. I will not do that, and I could not physically do it, and they really wanted me to do it. They made me watch it being done. They made me clean up after it had been done, and it was very stressful and difficult, and especially as someone that's so emotional, I found it very stressful and very intense. So that explains the stress that I had there. Light therapy didn't work out for me. It just made me extremely sore, made working in an environment like that where you're constantly moving extremely painful. So I decided to quit my job because they were going to make me build up to culling an animal, and I wasn't going to. No matter what they would do, what they would say, I was not going to do it. So I felt like I had to quit. which I did. Since quitting that job, I gained weight very rapidly. I put on a lot of weight in a very short amount of time, and I think it was because I hadn't recovered from the stress of my last job, and then I had the stress of this job and light therapy, and it was all just, I was using food as a comfort because I felt like I had nothing else there, and I felt like I'd been through a lot, especially dating back all the way from my eating disorder all the way through to that point in time. I had never gone for therapy, even though I feel like I should have, even though I feel like I should, because this past year especially I've had to deal with a lot, and I feel like I've been my own therapist in a way. I've done a lot of healing this year. I think a lot of people have, and at that point in time I was still dealing with everything. Like, the hurt and the pain of everything was just on top of my shoulders, and food was the scapegoat, kind of. I used that as a way out. So then I went traveling for 9 months, and I also went on birth control, and I was really expecting to put on more weight from that, and I actually haven't put any weight on, which is strangely surprising. I was really expecting that to be a side effect. However, I was also expecting to lose weight while I was traveling, and I didn't lose a fucking thing. I was so distraught. I was really expecting it because obviously I'm walking more, I'm eating less or different / healthier kinds of foods, and I didn't lose a bloody thing. And you know what it is? I think the travelling and the birth control literally cancelled each other out. Like, travelling would make me lose weight, birth control would make me put on weight, and I think they literally just balanced each other out, and I was just there like, what the hell? I was at a consistent weight, which I can't be too arsy about. I mean, at least I'm not putting it on. So then we come home, and we come home not a month before Christmas. So again, I put on a little bit of weight because everyone knows that winter / Christmas weight is a killer, especially because I was out of work. Again, I had nothing really else to do. I wasn't going on walks, I wasn't doing anything. And I feel like that's been a thing since the start of lockdown as well, because everyone's been in the same boat where unemployment rates are at an all-time high and no one can move forward. You can't make plans to go anywhere, and even if you did have plans, they've been cancelled now because you're not allowed to do anything. You're literally just stuck within your four walls in your home, and you can't go forward, you can't move anywhere, there's no progression within your life at the minute. And because of this, I was feeling very, very, very dark in my mentality, and I was like, I need to go to the gym. If I go to the gym, this was before lockdown, sorry. If I go to the gym, then everything's gonna be okay because I can start working out, things will get better, and then I don't have to worry. And in my mind, it was just a massive worry, especially with like money, because I didn't have a job and time was going past, and I was just very, very low on funds. So Blake paid for me to go to the gym, bless him. He was like, I'll pay, you can go, because I know how much you need it. So I started the gym and began to feel a lot better in my head. Like, I feel like when I start exercising and going to the gym and getting in a routine, my mentality picks up so much more. Then lockdown happened, which, yay, that was fantastic. Again, not moving forward, as I was saying, depression and anxiety and uncertainty. I was feeling very, very anxious about the whole getting ill, because I know, especially because of my psoriasis, when I get sick it takes me a long time to recover. It's like my body doesn't recover as fast as other people, and it knocks me off my feet when I get sick. So that was a constant thing. And then I don't know what clicked in my head. Something massively clicked for me, and I don't know if it was finding Wicca on a deeper level. I don't know if it was my self-dedication ritual. I don't know what it was, but something just clicked where I was like, I need to start taking care of my body and myself. I need to start nourishing myself and living every day, because I was just living like I wasn't arsed, and I was constantly looking to the future and missing out on the present. And I think I spoke about this in my like Black Lives Matter / lockdown why I was gone off YouTube video. Is because I was constantly looking ahead and not being here and not being present, and I don't know what clicked. Something just went like that, and I was like, okay, I need to start taking better care of myself. I need to take care of my physical self, because I'm going out of my mind. I'm literally going out of my mind. I've done so much healing and so much transitioning over the past 6 months. It's been crazy. I feel like a completely different person than I was last year, and I don't know what caused it. I don't know what it is, and I just feel like having Wicca has really helped awaken me to that. Not really the point of what I'm talking about here, but I'm just trying to like work it out in my own head. Anyway, things that I implemented at this turning point was I knew that I had to start nourishing my body. So one of the things that I wanted to do was start drinking more water. So I got an 800ml water bottle, and I used to have 2 of those a day, and now I'm up to just 3 a day. So I feel so much more awake and ready for it, and I really started to struggle drinking just water out of a tap. It was like not a pleasant experience. So I started adding a little bit of juice and it makes it go down so much better. So I have at least 3 of those a day. I try and get out and walk dark more now because it's obviously better weather, and I just try and go out for walks, and that is one of the things that has massively helped me, is just getting out, getting fresh air, going on a walk. And I love taking Dart because he absolutely loves himself, so it makes me just happy seeing him. So that is another thing that has really helped my mentality. If I feel like I'm stuck or like just in like a box or a brace, I go for a walk and I feel 10 times better. It's just like getting out and getting away. I have a modified diet, which I will talk about later. I've completely removed the pressure of exercising or going to the gym, because I feel like that's when it goes against me, is when I feel like there's pressure to do something. It's like because there's pressure there, or because, oh, I'm being told I should do that or I have to do that, I don't want to do it. I don't know what it is. It's like that airy stubbornness, I swear, where I'm just like defiant and I'm just like, well, no, I don't want to do it if you're telling me that I have to. So obviously it wasn't possible to go to the gym with lockdown, so that took that pressure off. We've got a treadmill here at home anyway, so I have been using that quite frequently, and I'm going to be using it today. And with the no pressure of exercise, I did start like Chloe Ting's workouts. However, it put pressure on me having to do that every day and not finding the right one for me. So I'm definitely going to do them just sort of when I feel like I need to, when I feel like I want to. I'm not going to put pressure on losing weight, because that is a negative way to look at it. Just I've changed my thought of looking at it as in I'm nurturing and looking after my body instead of I have to lose weight or something or someone. And at the beginning I started off with slow manageable exercise, so going on walks and doing slower things and increasing the length that I would walk for. So when I go for a walk now, I go probably for an hour, whereas before I'd probably go for like 20 minutes maybe at the start, and now I've increased it to an hour and I really enjoy it. And then I've also prioritised a lot of self-care, so anytime I'm feeling negative or down, I will take care of myself. So I'll do a face pack, or I'll do something I love like gardening, because gardening is a fantastic exercise to feel like you're not actually exercising but you are. It's so physically strenuous, but I actually love it. I actually really enjoy it, so that's a really good way of getting an exercise without feeling like you're exercising. And I have massively put myself first and my physical self first, and I don't know if that sounds kind of selfish, but before I would put everybody else first or prioritise other things over actually putting myself first in my life and taking time for myself and doing the hobbies that I want. And it's been such a long time since I've had that mentality. Since my abusive relationship, I never like allowed to do those things and take time for myself, and now I feel like it's like a breath of fresh air. Like if I want to do something in a day, I can do it. I can go and paint, I can go and write, I can do whatever I want, and the realisation of that has made me want to exercise and want to take care of myself. And since implementing these small changes, I am a stone lighter, yay! So these things are really working for me. I am a stone lighter. I don't even know how long it's took me because I'm not monitoring it, and I don't want to monitor it. I am living a healthy life. I am eating healthy, I am exercising, I am enjoying every day and being alive, and I think that's so valuable when it comes to weight and eating habits. I am eating when I'm hungry, I am having food that is nourishing for my body, and it makes such a difference. And if you are doing things like that and putting things like that in place, then the weight will naturally come off because you're taking care of yourself. Whew, that was a long ass talk. So what diet am I actually on to lose a stone? What modified diet do I have? So the thing to know about my diet is it is extremely modified for myself based on my body's reaction to food and triggers, and I think it's so important. You don't just fit in one box when it comes to your diet. You don't just fit in one area. You're not just on a keto diet and that's going to work for you. You're not just on a blah 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 whatever. You need to work out what foods are good for your body and what foods aren't good for your body. So roughly I am on a anti-inflammatory, psoriasis, gluten-free, wheat-free diet. I know it's a mouthful, but that's loosely the easiest term I can put across to you guys for what it is. And if you are interested in an anti-inflammatory psoriasis diet, then there is a fantastic app called Psoriasis Diet on the App Store, which literally goes through all of the basics of the diets, the foods that you can have, the foods that you can't have, and the foods that will help or not help, essentially. So an anti-inflammatory diet. I'm on this because of my psoriasis. It is an inflammatory disease. However, if you've got inflammation of the joints, then an anti-inflammatory diet might be right for you. And you want to avoid foods that can cause or increase inflammation. So this can include fatty red meats, dairy products, processed food, refined sugars and nightshade vegetables. So this is like your tomatoes, your red peppers. And foods that you should include in your diet include cold water fish, flaxseed, olive oil, pumpkin seeds, walnuts, plant sources with omega-3 fatty acids, carrots, squash, blueberries, mangoes, strawberries, all foods like that. And this is all on the app if you are interested. And then a psoriasis diet is quite similar to paleo or keto diet, and you want to incorporate garlic, salmon, gluten-free, healthy grains, lean meats, nuts and avocado, and antioxidant rich foods. So personally, what do I do differently and does it work? Because I've almost completely eliminated bread from my diet. I have very minimal bread if I have it at all, and that may be just once a week. That's maximum that I will have is bread once a week. There is no reason I'm going to be having more. And this has had insane effects on my body. I am not bloated, I'm not lethargic. Bread makes me really drowsy and really like, ugh, like proper slugged out, and makes me feel really weighted down, and I don't have any of that since cutting bread out. I'm honestly thriving without that wheat in my diet. And if I do have bread maybe once a week, I will try and make sure that it's whole grain, just not white bread, because that is extremely processed and extremely full of so many sugars, where I just try and have the most natural bread that I can have. I also incorporate quite a lot of chia seeds into my diet. They are one of the best things for inflammation, and oh my god, I rave about chia seeds. They are an absolute superfood of the gods. They are fantastic. I put them on my oats and they just mix in so well, you don't even know you're eating them, or put them in smoothies. Honestly, fantastic superfoods. And if you struggle with inflammation of your joints or anything else, then I would definitely recommend incorporating chia seeds. Typically, I will also have an avocado or fish once a day. I usually have this for lunch, so I'll probably do like a bowl of couscous, I'll cut up an avocado, maybe I'll have tuna with that, or I'll just try and incorporate one of those things every day. And I feel like that's made a massive difference in helping me lose weight as well, because I'm not having the bread, I'm not having all that sugary crap. Fish is amazing for the skin, the hair, the fingernails, just everything. Avocado is, again, I'm obsessed with avocados. They're my favorite food. Fantastic food, and so yummy. Such an amazing food for healthy natural fats. I am eating food that is going to nourish my body, and I'm always thinking before I make something, is this going to nourish me? Is this going to give me energy? Is this gonna feed me? Is it gonna make me feel good after eating it? You know when you eat something and you're like, oh god, like at the time in my head that was nice, but I really wish I hadn't ate that. That's what I go through a lot. So I've completely changed it to now where I feel really good after eating something, and I'm like, that was so delicious in a really nutritious way. I don't know if you ever get it where you probably, like, say if you put like chocolate in one space and then strawberries maybe in another, and you're like, which one do you have? If you have the chocolate, it's nice at first, but it's a very short-lived niceness. It's like, that was nice, and now I'll have some more and have some more, and then you feel sick. Whereas strawberries, it's like such a fresh, really nice sweetness and so natural, and it just makes you feel so much better for having it than if you had like the chocolate, if that makes sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love chocolate, but you can't really beat the flavours of fresh fruits, and when you start incorporating that into your other meals throughout the day, it really makes a difference. I've also increased my exercise, so like I say, I'll probably walk every day or every other day at least, and I've started to use the treadmill some more. I'm doing yoga quite a lot, so it's all just very gentle exercise, but it's clearly working for me because it's using all that energy that I am taking in from my food in a gentle way where it's not too impactful, because I do struggle with inflammation of my joints, especially recently. I've been taking CBD oil for my anxiety, and I actually feel like it's really helping my joints at the same time, so I think diet really contributes to that. Like if I have bread, that makes my joints hurt so much more as well, which is so strange. Or like starchy things like potatoes. Potatoes are one of the things that you should cut down as well if you're on an anti-inflammatory or psoriasis diet. And I know you can swap them for sweet potatoes, but I'd rather just cut down on potatoes altogether because they're incredibly starchy. So I also really like to help promote my healthy gut bacteria, because I used to really struggle with IBS, and I feel like I've not had it at all actually since having things more like natural Greek yogurt in my diet. I feel like that's really helped my digestive system, so that's another thing that I do. And I also don't have any milk apart from soy milk now. I tried almond milk, but I wasn't too much of a fan, and I love a good cup of tea, and I think it works so well. And I struggle with, I'm like lactose sensitive. I wouldn't say I'm completely intolerant, but when I have normal milk I get really bad stomach cramps, and with soy milk it is a perfect alternative. I feel good that I'm not contributing to the milking industry and I'm not consuming milk in that way. And I just think soy milk is so yummy. I really enjoy it a lot better than normal milk now, so I don't ever have normal milk. I'm also cutting down on meat, so a lot of you will know that I am actually a meat eater. I don't feel like I'm completely comfortable with committing to going either vegan or vegetarian, at least not yet. I enjoy meat, and that is something that, you know, it's a part of my choice and I do enjoy it, but I'm cutting down on meat. I always think where it comes from and how it gets here, sort of thing, like what its origins are, and I try and be more thoughtful with the meat that I purchase. So even though I do eat meat, it is coming from a very, very thought out and cut down place. I live at home with 5 other people, and it's not always viable to not have meat options, especially when you're in a large family and you're all eating together. We don't really have the funds to think, oh, we can buy extra of this or we can substitute this for this, especially when it's everyone else's decision as well. It's feeding everybody else. So I'm doing the best that I can, and if I'm cooking for myself or me and Blake are cooking, then we do try and consider vegan or vegetarian options. I love making vegan or vegetarian food. I love experimenting with it. I think it's so much fun. I'm not the best cook, I'm really not, but I try. I have fun trying at least. And then I also try and go for gluten-free options where possible. It's not very accessible where I am. There's not very many gluten-free options for food, but if it's food that's got gluten in it, then maybe I'll just cut it out altogether. Like thinking of things like, there's a lot of like bready options have gluten in, so I do just cut that out anyway. So has being on this diet worked? So in terms of my psoriasis, I mean, it's there. It's here, it's queer, it's here to stay. At the end of the day, my skin is my skin, and I don't think no matter how much I change my diet, it's going to completely go. My skin does whatever it wants, essentially. It's got a mind of its own, and there's way more factors than just my diet affecting it. Has my diet helped it? I think it has. I think when I eat certain foods, it does become inflamed, and it's just working out what foods trigger it. So yeah, but I think one of the main factors affecting my skin is hormones. So it's probably something that's going to be completely unavoidable, and I've just got to live with it and cope with it the best I can, which is what I do, and that's it. However, weight wise, the diet has worked for me so well. I've completely changed my mindset and on how I see food. I've lost a stone up to now. I am so happy with losing what I have lost, and I'm so happy to continue this journey. I do want to lose at least another stone. At least. I think for my height that's a good weight. I don't want to disclose how much I weigh right now, but I am within the healthy BMI, but I know that I can do with losing more. I know that I'm carrying excess weight, and I feel like if I lose a bit more, then it's going to be a lot easier on my joints and some of the physical pain that I have. So as well as that, being on this diet, I experience hardly if any bloating. I don't have heartburn or acid reflux. I've had that sometimes severely from food and it not agreeing with my tummy, and I don't have any IBS. I'm not struggling with that either. So I mean, overall for my body physically, it's been doing amazing things. And not just that, I have a whole different amount of energy now. It's like my body wants to move and dance and have fun and have like, it has all this energy. Like I always used to just randomly dance around the house, and I feel like that's come back to me now. I feel like I just move because I want to move my body, and it's just fun, and my body feels nourished because of it. So I have spoke for a very long time, but I hope this has helped somebody out there that may be looking into an anti-inflammatory diet, or somebody that's had issues with their relationship with food. We all go through it, and whether you use it as a coping mechanism or not, make yourself a timeline of why this happens, when it happens and why, and nourish yourself, nourish your body, and give it everything that it needs to be healthy and happy. We have one body, we have one life, and we have to take care of it. So next video that I hope to do that's food related will be a like what I eat in a day kind of video, and hopefully that's going to make a lot more sense to you guys now that I've explained what the hell kind of diet I'm on, because I know what I eat isn't like standard. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I know that it's going to be hella long, but I've not had a good ramble for a while, so I'm definitely overdue. Thank you for joining me here today. If you did like this video, please do give me a big thumbs up. It would mean so much to me. Also hit that subscribe button and the little bell because I'm just adorable and you want to know when I upload. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for being here. Bye!